Hey guys, Ken here from the Retro Toy Escapades channel in Malaysia. I woke up this morning and I saw something online that just basically reset my brain, alright? Leading to the title of this video, alright? Could this be the best He-Man action figure ever made? Feast your eyes, my friends, on this magnificent He-Man action figure and the absolutely jaw-dropping amount of accessories that it comes with. I can't believe that something like this is actually in the process of being put together. I mean, what did we do to deserve this, right? I know it's the 40th anniversary, but have we been that good? Yeah, I guess we have, right? Supporting the line all these years, okay? And now we're getting something like this. Now, images of this thing started popping up online early this morning on Instagram. I'm actually on Instagram a lot these days. A lot of the news comes in there really fast. If you want to follow me there for updates as well, you can. The link is in the description, retro_toy_escapades. So I started to see these images online this morning. And at first, I kind of thought that this was maybe like some custom thing, like a fan sort of like photoshopped like the dream He-Man figure that he wanted for himself or something like that. You know, stuff like this always turns up online. But then it turns out that this thing is official. So it turns out that this is actually from Mondo. All right, Mondo is the company that's been doing these incredible 12-inch scale He-Man figures for a couple of years now. Now there's a whole bunch of promotional photos online as part of Mondo's press statement announcing the release of this figure, and one of them is actually this figure right here in hand. And holy hell, guys, holy hell, this thing is freaking massive looking. Now 12 inches, right? I've never had a He-Man figure this large before. Right, the biggest ones in my collection are, like classics Masterverse scale, all right, 7 to 8 inches. 12 inches is heavy duty. That got me thinking. A couple of years ago, there was this whole boom in like 18-inch scale figures. NECA was doing a whole bunch of them. 18-inch scale figures. I got the RoboCop one, and I think Jack Sparrow too. But I don't think there's ever been a He-Man figure in this particular scale. There's definitely never been an 18-inch scale He-Man figure. There was a 10-inch scale one though, I think for the Masters of the Universe 2002 series. I think there was like the Snake Armor He-Man. Yeah, there was that, all right? But there's never really been anything else that's been this big. I'm not sure if Mondo's done a He-Man figure prior to this. But, whatever the case may be, this thing is fucking spectacular looking. Now, as you're aware, the Masterverse line has a 40th anniversary He-Man figure that's coming out. I guess it's still on pre-order status or something. I've been hearing a lot of news on that. Maybe it's been, taken off for a bit. Maybe they're redoing it. I'm not sure what's the deal with that one. All I know is just that it was on pre-order for a while, then it just went quiet. But that's basically the traditional He-Man figure that we know with his traditional accessories, okay? This one is the traditional He-Man plus everything else that they could think of. They just went like, you know what, fuck everything else, we're just gonna give them everything. All right, there's probably a few in here that they missed out on, but we'll get to that in a while. But yeah, what we have here is basically a He-Man figure that from the looks of the accessories here can sort of like assume all of the major variants and versions of He-Man that we know. There's 3 head portraits here. The one that's attached to the figure in the promotional photo looks really good. I gotta say, that's a really good expression there on He-Man's face. The other 2 head portraits here, one has him gritting his teeth. That one looks alright, I suppose, but I ain't too crazy about it, right? Again, these are just promotional images. The one with him gritting his teeth kind of looks a little bit off from this photo. I still prefer the one that's attached to his body in the main photo. The vintage style head, well, it's definitely the vintage style head. Just looking at it, you know that it's the vintage classic He-Man head. I'm just not sure if that particular expression on his face there is the best one to represent the vintage look. In the promotional still here, everything's just very neatly laid out. It looks great. All the stuff that's located on the right of the figure, all those accessories there go with the Thunder Punch He-Man mode. And the stuff that's on the left of him here, I suppose, goes along with his battle armor mode. It's a kind of a different battle armor mode from the one that we're used to seeing. But yeah, it's definitely the battle armor for sure. And there's also parts left over here to just go with a basic, traditional, regular He-Man mode. Now, based on the images that they've shared here, the battle armor mode just looks kick ass. It just looks kick ass. Come on. And especially when you consider that we're getting these in 12-inch scale. All right. I mean, we've never really seen these figures represented like this in this particular size. Also, it does have a feature. All right, because the main promotional photo shows that the emblem can be removed and swapped out with a different one that has a battle damage center to it. All right, I'm not sure how they're going to do this. I think it's with maybe it's with magnets or something like that. But it's great that they thought of this. All right, so it's great that we have a cool, large representation of the battle armor He-Man. The Thunder Punch mode looks killer as well, and this thing's got all the right accessories for this mode. Of course, it doesn't have the function, the classic vintage function, the spark poppers, the ones that make, a popping sound when he throws a punch, like pop, pop, or something like that. I mean, it's not expected to replicate that. I wonder though if Origins is going to be able to replicate something like that, when they come up with their version. But this one looks fantastic. He's got the chest armor, he's got a shield, he's got the flaming sword, all right? It's a flaming power sword, all right? That's just brimming with so much force and heat. Truly, this is another excellent representation of a classic He-Man look. They've also provided a photo here of He-Man laying the smackdown on Merman, taking him out cold with a power punch. Pow! That's right. Okay, knocking him into submission. It looks good, right? This whole setup looks good. What you can do with this figure appears to be amazing. Here's the thing though, this thing is looking to set you back about $260. There's a pre-order announcement that I think is going to be coming out soon, and it has an estimated shipping arrival date of February of next year. Now, based on everything that you've seen here of this figure and everything that it comes with, everything that it can do, is this something that you would pay? All right, I mean, would you pay $260 to get this figure? The thing about the Mondo figures, I've always admired them from afar. I knew that they were freaking pricey though, and it's pretty hard to get them actually because there's no supplier for this stuff over here in Malaysia. I'm just gonna have to import the stuff in. Right, it's gonna have to be international shipping. Something this big, it's gonna cost me a bomb. And the thing is that I don't really have a place for this scale actually in my collection, and the figures look fantastic, no doubt. And you can't just get one particular figure. You're gonna have to get a whole bunch of them if you really want to build up a reasonable portion of the universe in 12-inch scale. I've always sort of placed these figures in the same category as maybe premium format statues, right? Because it's like statues, they're really nice to look at. They cost a bundle. You may or may not actually need them to be representing your collection at home. So sometimes just an image of it is enough. But when it comes to this particular figure, I gotta say, look, I mean, with the options that you have here, it's got me thinking, man. It's got my mind moving, thinking of ways and possibilities to secure this, all right, eventually. So yeah, I want to hear what you guys have to say about it. What do you guys think of this Mondo release of this super ultimate looking 12-inch scale He-Man figure? So hit me up in the comment section. Stay subscribed to the channel, of course, for all updates. Share the videos out, help me to get this thing moving. And I'll catch you guys again real soon with more content. Take care out there.